she will apologize personally to the chief purser and cabin crew involved in the incident. Cho, however, declined to comment on whether she yelled at the crew or whether the captain of the flight had agreed to disembark the crew member. In local news, the Global Female Leader Forum, held as an accompanying event to the ASEAN Republic of Korea Commemorative Summit, wrapped up today. The event was a private international meeting created to be a place to share the stories of the successful lives of global women working in a variety of fields. The city of Changwon has passed a measure yesterday to give 300,000 won a month as a supplementary living allowance to surviving comfort women living in the jurisdiction starting next year. These women were forced into sexual slavery by Japanese forces during colonial rule. In addition to the living allowance, 500,000 won will be given as condolence money at the end of their lives. The Ministry of Government Administration and Home Affairs awarded the city of Busan with the President Prize in Civil Administration Services. The prize winners were chosen based on evaluations on 302 organizations, including national governments, local governments, and education offices. Dongnae-gu and Seogu won the Prime Minister Prize and the Minister of Government Administration and Home Affairs Prize, respectively. Moving on to the international news. Climate talks in Lima have entered their final day, with long-running issues still dividing the parties, despite an impassioned appeal from U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. Mr. Kerry told the negotiators that the world was still on a course leading to tragedy. An ambitious deal, he said, was not an option, it is an urgent necessity. But ongoing battles are threatening to limit any progress. Many developed countries want to see a change in the way the nations are classified in the UN process. Until now, the rich have been obliged to take on commitments to cut emissions, while the poor have not. Countries such as the US say that the old divisions are outdated, and they want everyone to take on some